guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel, Nintendo Down Under. When it comes to N64s on the Switch, we have known the roadmap for a while now that they want to add 22 more games from the confirmed list they originally leaked and shown for the expansion pack. And now that we had Pokemon Puzzle League, we know there's 21 more N64 games. Someone commented on my channel a little while ago saying, why 22 games? I don't know. That's what they want to do. People are asking the question and confirming once Puzzle League came out, what's the next game going to be? Nintendo's tweets got flooded with the reply, so they made an extra tweet saying, hang on, don't stress, don't worry, we are going to be adding more N64 games to the service. So they're confirming what they've already confirmed earlier on, once again, to reassure us fans out there. And it looks like one game per month, so we've got 21 months at least of more N64 games. But what will those games be? We've spoken about this numerous times, but we're getting some roadblocks when it comes to these games. So what are their alternative options to please us fans out there? Stick around, here we go. If we can't get GoldenEye 007 on our Nintendo Switch, and don't worry, I still have hope for that, but it's looking very messy and tricky for so many different reasons. What are our alternative options? Perfect Dark, well, that one's probably just as tricky as well. I am talking 007, The World Is Not Enough. That there can easily happen, and that there is one fantastic game. It's not as nostalgic as GoldenEye, but it is still one fantastic game. It's made by EA Games and Eurogame. That there is a good thing because it's not owned by Microsoft and Rare. It's not owned by Sony or Nintendo. These are independent gaming companies, and Eurogame and EA Games, these games we already have on our Nintendo Switch, so that can be easily worked out with rights. In terms of rights for the James Bond sort of title, MGM, they have no problems. Ian Fleming, they have no problems. There's only one voice actor that we have to be worried and careful about in The World's Not Enough. All the other voice acting in the game are done by different independent actors. John Cleese, I'm pretty sure, who voiced Q in the movie, also did his voice for the game as well. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure he has passed away now, so I'm not sure how you actually get the rights for someone who's deceased. I don't know, it has to go through a family or an agent, I'm not sure, but that's not that tricky. There's no Pierce Brosnan or anything like that, so that makes it really easy as well. I think this game is superior in different ways. It has voice acting, whereas 007 doesn't. It has multiplayer against AI opponents, where 007 doesn't. So there's some different alternative options there. Yes, it doesn't have the innovative pull of GoldenEye, and I love GoldenEye, but I'll tell you what, I reckon the replay value of The World Is Not Enough is just a little bit better. And I have no doubt that if this game comes to the Nintendo Switch, people would really enjoy it for what it is. And I personally would think it would be a great option if we are still craving some sort of James Bond game, some sort of shoot-up game where there's not that many out there that we can do for the N64. This would be an awesome idea and option. A game that people really want to see, a game that everybody loves, that are always asking the question, will we ever see this game? WWF No Mercy. I'm just going to squash that right now, guys. That game there, that N64 classic, will never come to a Nintendo console again, will never come to any console again. There is lots of issues there. First of all, when it comes to old wrestling games, they just can't release old wrestling games anymore because all the roster that was tied up with that game pretty much aren't attached to WWE anymore. So that becomes a massive contracting issue right there. And I'm going to quickly talk about this very quickly and squish this because I don't want to make my video controversial. YouTube will not like that. But Chris Benoit, he was a part of that game. He did some terrible things. Google it. I'm not going to talk about it. But that's also a reason that game there will never ever see the day of light again. Star Wars games. Yes, we spoke about the Star Wars Rogue Squadron trilogy coming to the Nintendo Switch or PlayStation a couple of videos ago. That's a separate thing, and yes, I believe that will happen. But what about some of the other Star Wars games? Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. Yes, we've already seen that released on the Switch and PlayStation a couple of years ago as a separate buy but not everybody purchased that game. And we've seen with Super Mario 64, it's been added multiple times, so I can see Nintendo adding this as well because they know that emulating works fine. It's easy for them to chuck on the service and tick off one of their games on the month. What about the other Star Wars games? Shadows of the Empire, Battle of Naboo. I can see these games coming as well. Battle of Naboo didn't sell as well and wasn't as popular, not because the game was bad, it just came at a time where lots of great N64 games were coming out and it sort of got put to the side. But if it comes out now, people have the chance to play if they've never given it a go before. Shadows of the Empire, that was one of the original games to come to the N64. Not as good as Rogue Squadron, but still a classic, and I think people will enjoy that as well. So some awesome, great alternative options right there that they could do. I'm pretty confident that 1080 Snowboarding, yes, will come to the NSO app. It will be one of those 21 remaining games that we expect to see. But what about these other snowboarding games? I'm talking about Snowboard Kids 1 and Snowboarding Kids 2, especially number 2, just like they did with Kirby. They added Kirby to the NSO app. Kirby's a very expensive game if you want to play it these days, so putting it on the Switch gives everyone a chance to have a go at the game. Like Snowboards Kids 2, that is super expensive, so adding that to the app also gives people a chance to play that classic game as well without breaking the bloody bank balance. SimCity 2000. Now, SimCity 2000 is a great PC game of the 90s that if you played it, you know exactly how awesome it is. This game was released on the N64, but only in Japan. I think they could put this on the expansion pack, but have it so that everybody can play it, because I do have a copy of that on one of my emulating carts and I try and play it, but everything is in Japanese and I can't read what I'm doing. I've tried, it's very hard, very frustrating. So adding that on the Switch in English or whatever language that your country is, I think would be awesome, and just gives everyone a bit of a different option and surprises us when they're saying this is coming to the Switch next month. I'd be like, oh wow, cool, I can't wait to get stuck into that. So these are some alternative options that we could potentially have. Yes, I've spoken about before about getting the 3 Mario Party games and Smash Bros and 1080 Snowboarding and Wave Race, some awesome games that we still haven't seen on our system, rare games, DK64. The list could just keep going on. The N64 library is full of some absolute classic banging games, but today is all about those different options. And in the comments down below, what's some classic little gems that you grew up playing that may not be the most popular game that you would love to see come to the NSO app that doesn't have any massive restrictions like WWF No Mercy would have? In the comments down below, let me know what your thoughts and what your games are. I love reading little surprises. It makes me think, oh, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Or maybe I should give that game a go. Or it makes me think, oh, I hope that game does come because I've never played it before. And if this person likes it, maybe it's a little gem that I haven't discovered yet on my favorite console of all time. Because there's no way I've played every N64 game. There's still some games out there that I've never touched or given a go that I really should give a go. So this is your chance. In the comments down below, let me know what I should look forward to, or what game maybe I have in my collection that I haven't even played. Who knows? I love surprises. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and until next time, take care. And talking of games I've never played before, here's some bonus content for you guys that have stayed at the end of this video, because this is my current N64 collection. I've got my boxed games here. These are all complete in box, sorry about the glare. And all down here, guys, is my loose carts of all different N64 games. I have played most, but like I said, all of these games here that you are seeing are complete in box. Do you see any gems there that maybe I haven't played, or any favorites in your collection? Sorry about the glare of the light, my goodness. I've got a few doubles up of a few games, as you're probably noticing as well. And here, I'm so glad Pokemon Puzzle League did come. Sorry about the glare, because I got a sealed copy graded. I can't play that one. And down the bottom, I have all my carts. All these carts down here, the ones that are labeled, are all my main primary games. I have played most. I haven't played them all, but I have played most of these games. And all of these ones, like I said before, are just doubles up or triples up of games I have, or come with special edition consoles. all down here. So I do have a few N64 games. Don't have them all, but I do have a few. So yeah, in the comments down below, let me know any favorites that you own, that I own. What game should I play next? Let me know in the comments down below. Cheers, guys.